messengers to all his creatures.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا إنه من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله تعالى وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. أما بعد, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam, Kitab التوحيد, chapter number 11. Make no animal sacrifice for other than Allah in a place where sacrifice is made for other than Allah. This is the title, that it is unlawful, it is haram to make animal sacrifice for Allah, but in a place where people offer sacrifices to other than Allah. Are you following? Yes, you are going to offer your sacrifice for Allah, but in that place there are people who are offering sacrifices to other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In that case you are not allowed, though your intention is for Allah, you are not allowed to go to that place to offer your sacrifice. Is this clear? So this is the title. Now, the author, rahimahullah, is going to, as usual, mention the relevant proofs and evidences from the Quran and Sunnah to support that title. He said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, لا تقم فيه أبدا لمسجد أسس على التقوى من أول يوم أحق أن تقوم فيه رجال يحبون أن يتطهروا والله يحب المطهرين. Never stand you therein. Verily, the masjid or the mosque whose foundation was laid from the first day on piety is more worthy that you stand therein to pray. In it are men who love to clean and to purify themselves, and Allah loves those who make themselves clean and pure. This is Surah number 9, Ayah 108. This ayah maybe apparently does not seem fit for the title, because this ayah talks about what? Do not stand therein. So you need to know the background. The background, you know that they were munafiqeen, hypocrites. Where? In Medina. The question I want to ask you, were there hypocrites in Mecca? Were there munafiq in Mecca? No. There were no munafiqs in Mecca, either Muslim or Kafir. That's it. In Mecca there were no munafiqs. There were no hypocrites in Mecca. In Mecca the Kafirs, the non-believers, they were strong. They were not afraid of anyone. And the Muslims, they were minorities. The hypocrites appeared in Medina, when the Muslims now, they have the upper hand. That's why you find Surah Al-Baqarah, Surah Madaniyah, Madani Surah. It addresses the issue of the hypocrisy, because hypocrisy appeared in Medina. Are you following? So in Medina, there were non-Muslims and Muslims, And the fifth column, you know the fifth column? Those are the munafiqeen, the hypocrites, who can stab you from behind, pretending to be Muslims, but they are not Muslim. And they are more dangerous than the non-Muslim themselves. Because the non-Muslim is clear to you. But this one, he stands next to you in the salah. See? So they are dangerous, the munafiqs. So the hypocrites in Medina, and you know, the head of the hypocrites was Abdullah ibn Ubay ibn Salul, the head. Now they built masjid. The munafiqs, the hypocrites in Medina, they built a masjid, not near the masjid, far away. And then they invited the Prophet ﷺ to come and pray, to inaugurate the masjid. Okay? Under the pretext that this is the masjid, we have built it for the weak Muslims, so they can be used as a shelter and also as a place of worship. The Prophet ﷺ happened to be going to Tabuk. So he told them, now we are setting out to Tabuk. In my return, inshallah, I will pray in your masjid. Are you following? But their intention was, why they built the masjid, the hypocrites? First of all, they will not be seen regularly. So they will be out of sight. So they can do whatever they like. Secondly, they can plot and conspire against the Muslim. So that is, this masjid, the idea behind building it is to use it as a headquarter for the munafiqs. Are you following? Is this clear? Now, the Prophet ﷺ, in his way back, Allah informed him and told him, don't pray in this masjid. Are you following now? Because the masjid was constructed not for the sake of Allah. The masjid was built to be used as a place for the hypocrites so they can plan against Islam and use that as their headquarter. So Allah informed His Prophet ﷺ, never stand in that masjid. And this masjid is called Masjid al-Dirar. Dirar means harm, the harm, because it's going to cause a great harm to the community. You're getting the idea? So immediately the Prophet ﷺ, he sent some of the Sahaba and they destroyed the masjid, demolished it. They demolished the masjid. Why the masjid was demolished? Because the idea behind it is to use it for something else. Are you following? Though it is a masjid. Though it is a masjid. So, because of the intention of the hypocrites, Allah forbade His Prophet from standing in that masjid. Now, how about a place? It's not a masjid. It is meant for shirk. Should you go there? No. It's not. So that's why the ruling in the Sharia is to eradicate and remove anything that advocates paganism or polytheism or anything like that. Sharia is against it and it has to be eradicated. So they can see the relevance of the ayah that Allah forbade His Prophet from standing in that masjid, because that masjid, though it was just a masjid, but because the hypocrites built it not for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. My dear brothers and sisters, and dear viewers, stay tuned. We'll be back inshallah after the break. Welcome back, my dear brothers and sisters and dear viewers. We were discussing before the break Kitab Tawheed, chapter number 11. So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling his prophet, لا تقم فيه أبدا, never stand in that masjid. لمسجد أسس على التقوى من أول يوم أحق أن تقوم فيه. Allah is telling his prophet, a masjid that was founded from the first day on basis of taqwa deserves that you pray in it. This masjid, the scholars differed about it. Is it, which masjid? Is it Quba, the masjid of Quba, or the masjid of the Prophet ﷺ? There are two famous opinions. Because Allah has said, La masjidun ussisa ala taqwa. Verily the masjid whose foundation was laid from the first day on piety is more worthy. It deserves that you pray in it. So they differed. Ibn Abbas, Ali, and others, they are holding the opinion that the masjid is Quba. Masjid Quba. And the reason they are saying it is Masjid Quba, because Allah said in the end of the ayah, in it, in the masjid, there are men who purify themselves. And Allah loves those who purify themselves. So Ali came to the people of Quba and asked them, why did Allah praise you? Allah mentioned you in this ayah and praised the Masjid Quba, and you, what do you do uniquely? They said, we found our neighbors, the Jews, they use the stones when they, after defecation, after responding to the call of nature, and we are using the stones, and then on top of that we use the water. You know, in the past, people, they use what? Stones to remove the impurity, the najasa, after defecating, after responding to the call of nature. But those who happen to be in Quba, the Sahaba, they, on top of that, after using the stones, they use what? Water. To remove completely the najasa. Like today, you remove the najasa with the toilet paper, and then you use the water after that. Because by using the water, you make sure that there will not be any trace of najasa. So they said, this is what we were doing. And of course, this is the physical purity, but on top of that also the purity of the heart. So this is the argument of those who are saying that this is referring to Masjid Quba, the masjid mentioned here. Sayyidina Umar ibn Khattab and his son Abdullah ibn Umar and others, they hold the opinion, no. The masjid mentioned here is the masjid of the Prophet ﷺ, Masjid Nabawi. And here we have an explicit evidence from the Prophet ﷺ in Sahih Muslim, that the Prophet ﷺ was asked, what is the masjid that was laid upon the foundation of taqwa from the first day? He said, my masjid. He said what? My masjid. Now, irrespective whether it is Quba or the masjid of the Prophet ﷺ, what is more important to us, that Allah forbade his Prophet from standing in that masjid which was built by the munafiqeen. Are you following? Is this clear? Of course, you know, Masjid Quba, of course, has its own merit, that if you take wudu in your house in Medina, and you go to the Masjid of Quba and pray 2 rak'ah, that will be equivalent to Umrah. So when you are there, when you go to Medina, take wudu in the hotel and go to Quba and pray 2 rak'ah. And you'll get the reward of 1 Umrah, as if you performed the Umrah. Now, in that masjid, mashallah, there are men who love to purify themselves. And here we have to emphasize also, because you see, inshallah, we are trying in this course not only to address the issue of the Tawheed. So anything relevant, we feel it is beneficial for the Muslim, we mention it. So the issue of the purity itself, the most important thing is the purity of the heart. Okay, so you should purify your heart. You should not hold any malice, any grudge, any ill feeling towards anyone. Always keep your heart clean. When you go to sleep, you forgive everyone, because you might not get up in the morning, huh? That's it. You die, because you know that we die every night, right? Yes. But this is called minor death. The soul goes to Allah all the night. That's why when you get up in the morning, what do you say? Alhamdulillahi alladhi ahyana ba'dama amatana wa ilayhi nushur. All praise to Allah who gave us life after we were dead. So every night we die. We never know the soul will come back or not. We don't know. That's why sleep is called minor death. Al-Mawt al-Sughra. So don't hold anything in your heart. Forgive the people. Also, the physical purity. Purify yourself physically. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, he said that most of the grave punishment is due to those who do not clean themselves. They pass urine, they don't clean themselves. They go to the toilet, they don't clean themselves. So they will be tortured and punished in their grave because of that. So make sure when you respond to the call of nature, what should you do? Clean yourself. Make sure you clean yourself. And on top of that, take wudu. Make it your habit. Take wudu. Because Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, لا يحافظ على الوضوء إلا مؤمن. The one who will maintain his wudu always, only the mu'min. So when you're always in state of tahara, always maintaining your wudu, always. This is a piece of advice from the Prophet ﷺ. One day the Prophet ﷺ, he passed by two graves. And he said, those two men who are buried here, they are now going through the torment of the grave. Torture of the grave, punishment in the grave. One of them was always backbiting. Another one, he doesn't clean himself when he responds to the call of nature. Then he asked for leaf of date palm tree. And he divided it into two halves, and he put one. This meaning of hadith, that only Rasulullah, we don't know. So no one after the Prophet ﷺ, whenever they see a grave or bury someone, they put a green leaf. No one. Is this clear? Because it is sometimes misunderstanding of the ahadith of the Prophet ﷺ. My dear brothers and sisters and dear viewers, we will be inshallah studying together Kitab Tawheed, chapter number 11, in the coming episode. Looking forward to seeing you. Till then, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
He created the universe. To him belong the heavens and the earth. The ever-living, he is the first. He's the owner of mercy. He sent his messengers to all his creatures.